Men, listen up. Some phrases should make you stand up. Some phrases should make you walk away. Not tomorrow, not after a debate. Now. Because when a woman shows you her mindset in her words, she is handing you the map to either respect or regret. Most men ignore it. Most men try to negotiate with it. That is why most men get drained, manipulated, and quietly broken. Today, we are not doing that. Today, we are breaking down the exact phrases that expose a mindset that will cost you your peace, your purpose, and your power. You will hear them in dates, arguments, DMs, and even early texts. You will know exactly what they mean, and you will know exactly how to move. Control, boundaries, value. If you are serious about being a high-value man, you cannot pretend words are harmless. Words reveal worldview. Worldview predicts behavior. Behavior creates your reality. Choose wisely. Here is the mission. 7 phrases that tell you it is time to create distance, reset the frame, or walk away. You will get the why, the psychology, and the play. This is not about hate. This is about self-respect. This is about standards. If she respects you, you will feel peace. If she does not, you will feel confusion. Peace is the truth. Confusion is the warning. Let's move. I do not need a man. You will hear this one in many forms. I am independent. I do everything myself. I do not need anyone. On the surface, it sounds strong. Underneath it, often hides contempt. The message is simple. Men are optional. Your leadership is optional. Your presence is optional. If you accept that frame, she will never relax into cooperation or respect. Respect is the foundation. Without it, everything becomes a power struggle. A high-value woman can be independent and still value masculine order. She can pay her bills and still appreciate your direction. She can handle life and still cherish your protection. The difference is attitude, gratitude versus rivalry, cooperation versus competition. When a woman declares, "I do not need a man," she is not telling you about her income. She is telling you about her worldview. She is telling you she will test your boundaries, not to learn you, but to beat you. You are not her opponent. You are not her project. You are not her trophy. You are a man with purpose. If the frame is rivalry, walk away. If the frame is respect, lean in. Choose peace over ego. My ex was toxic. Now pay attention. There are real stories with real pain. Not every past was healthy. But when every story ends with him being a monster and her being a saint, you are not hearing history. You are hearing a pattern. No accountability, no reflection, only blame. Today, it is his fault. Tomorrow, it is your fault. Accountability is attractive. Victimhood is a trap. Ask yourself a calm question. What did she learn? If the answer is nothing, you just learned everything. You learned that conflict will always become character assassination. You learned that apologies will only flow one way. You learned that any boundary you set will be labeled control. High-value men do not sign up for endless trials where the verdict is written before the case is heard. Respect yourself. If she can own her part, there is room for growth. If she cannot own her part, there is no room for you. Control your access. I need a man who can handle me. Translation: I plan to bring chaos and I want you to accept it. This is not a compliment. This is a disclaimer. Healthy relationships are not obstacle courses where you earn love by tolerating disrespect. Healthy relationships are agreements, standards on both sides. If she equates your strength with your willingness to endure drama, she does not understand strength. Strength is composure. Strength is calm. Strength is boundaries. You do not handle people. You handle problems. You lead yourself. You lead with clarity. You invite cooperation. If chaos is the brand, then peace is the boundary. Set it. If she respects peace, she will meet you there. If she loves chaos more than she wants you, she will create a storm and call it passion. Do not mistake adrenaline for love. Choose stability. Choose mission. Choose control. You are insecure for thinking that. This is a classic shame move. You present a standard. You raise a concern. You draw a boundary. Instead of engaging the issue, she attacks your identity. Now you are defending yourself instead of addressing the problem. That is manipulation. It works on men who doubt their worth. It fails on men who know their value. Having standards is not insecurity. Protecting your time is not insecurity. Refusing disrespect is not insecurity. It is self-respect. It is leadership. Repeat this line in your mind. My boundary is not up for debate. My tone stays calm. My feet stay planted. You do not have to convince anyone that your feelings are valid. You validate them by acting on them. If every conversation becomes a courtroom where your masculinity stands trial, you are in the wrong building. Exit with dignity. Walk away if needed. Other men want me. This is bait. This is a test. This is a demand for competition. High-value men do not audition against a crowd. High-value men do not perform for validation. Attraction thrives in certainty and choice. You choose your world. You invite a woman into it. If she waves the attention flag to move your emotions, she is measuring your self-control. Pass the test. Smile. Stay composed. Do not argue with invisible men. Do not chase ghosts. If she values attention more than loyalty, she will keep shopping even while she is with you. You cannot outgive a bottomless need. You can only step out of the game. Peace is priceless. Choose it. Real men do this. The script is always convenient. Real men pay for everything. Real men accept everything. Real men tolerate everything. Notice the pattern. Every statement benefits the speaker. It is not about character. It is about control. Masculinity is not a remote control someone else gets to hold. Masculinity is mission. Masculinity is discipline. Masculinity is responsibility. You define your standard, then you live it. If someone tries to guilt you into compliance, you are not being loved, you are being leveraged. Drop the guilt. Keep the principle. True strength is silent. It does not need applause. It does not need permission. It just acts. If the conversation starts with real men, it should end with real respect. If there is no respect, there is no relationship. If you do not do this, I will find someone who will. That is not a request. That is an ultimatum. Ultimatums are power plays. They reveal entitlement. They announce replaceability. Believe them. If someone declares that your value equals a transaction, accept the declaration and make your decision. The decision is simple. Walk, not to punish, to protect your time, your mind, and your purpose. Threat-based love is not love. It is control dressed like passion. The longer you stay, the smaller you feel. The smaller you feel, the more you give. The more you give, the less you are respected. Break the cycle. Choose standards. Choose space. Choose self-respect. Now, let us go deeper. What is the psychology behind these phrases? Why do they shake weak men and strengthen strong ones? Because they attack certainty. They aim at your frame. Frame is the invisible contract you hold with yourself. I lead myself. I protect my peace. I earn my respect by how I live. When your frame is clear, you do not chase chaos. You invite order. When your frame is weak, you trade order for approval. Approval is expensive. Peace is priceless. Picture this. You are on date 3. Chemistry is there. Laughter is easy. Then a little flash. She says, I do not need a man. I choose a man. You stay calm. You nod. You say good. I do not need to be needed. I choose respect and partnership. Watch the shift. You did not argue. You reframed. You offered your standard with composure. She either aligns with cooperation or escalates into debate. If it becomes debate, that is your answer. Never beg for harmony. Create it with boundaries. Another scenario. You bring up a concern about late-night DMs with old flings. She says you are insecure for thinking that. Your breathing stays slow. Your voice stays low. You say my standard is exclusivity and clarity. If that does not work for you, we are not aligned. Silence. She now has a choice. Meet the standard or move on. Either choice gives you peace. Peace is the point. One more. She tosses other men want me across the table. You smile once, you shift posture, you say, that is normal. I am not other men. Then you continue with your conversation, like the weather just changed. You did not get pulled into the dance. You did not submit to the test. You showed self-control. Control is attractive, not because it impresses her, because it preserves you. Here is the part most men miss. You do not have to prove your value to be valuable. You embody it. You live it in your schedule, your habits, your mission. Purpose first, then partnership. When a man builds himself, he becomes selective. Selective men move slower. Slower men see clearly. Clarity saves years. Clarity prevents apology tours. Clarity keeps you loyal to your standards, not your loneliness. Let us talk concrete moves. First, control access. Access is power. Do not give it away to anyone who disrespects your time, your craft, or your calm. If a conversation turns into accusations, pause it. If dates keep getting canceled, end it. If boundaries are mocked, remove access. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate and what you end. Teach well. Second, guard your focus. The wrong woman costs more than money. She costs momentum. Every hour spent explaining your worth is an hour not spent advancing your mission. Momentum is everything. When you move, your world improves. When you stall, your doubts get loud. Keep moving. Third, elevate your circle. Men sharpen men. Get around men who live standards, not speeches. Get around men who lift weights, read books, build businesses, and tell you the truth. Iron mindset, dominant edge, masculine frame. Whatever you call it, get it. Your standards are safest when shared. Fourth, master your language. Calm, direct, minimal. No essays, no novels, no emotional monologues. Say what is true. Say what you need. Say what you will do. Then do it. Consistency builds gravity. Gravity pulls respect. Respect sustains attraction. Fifth, protect your digital house. Stop consuming content that mocks men for having boundaries. Stop training your brain to chase chaos. Fill your feed with skill development, business execution, fitness discipline, and stoic thought. What you see hourly shapes what you accept daily. Choose your inputs. You are programming yourself. Now, a word on kindness. Strong does not mean cruel. Standards do not require shouting. You can be firm and gracious. You can say no and mean it without raising your voice. Real power is quiet. Real power is present. Real power is consistent. Be the mountain, not the fog. What if you ignored all of this and stayed? Run the tape forward. Months of second-guessing yourself. Apologies for standards you were right to hold. Small arguments that become big labels. You lose your gym rhythm. You lose your reading rhythm. You lose your business rhythm. You keep promising yourself you will make it work. You do not. You only make yourself small. That is the real cost. Not the dinner bill, the momentum bill, the identity bill. Too expensive. What if you apply this now? Week 1, peace returns. You feel your chest drop 2 inches. You sleep deeper, your workouts hit cleaner, your mind gets quiet. You sit with your journal. You write your standards in 1 sentence each. Respect, honesty, cooperation, effort, peace. You live them. You repeat them. You only allow what aligns with them. Your life gets lighter because your choices get sharper. Remember this line: the right woman will not fear your boundaries. She will be glad you have them. Boundaries tell her you can lead yourself. A man who can lead himself can lead a home. Attraction grows where respect grows. Respect grows where clarity grows. Clarity grows where courage grows. Grow your courage. Everything else follows. If you are hearing this and thinking, I wish I heard it sooner, good. That means you are honest. Honesty is the first step to strength. Forgive your past self. Respect your present self. Invest in your future self. You are not late. You are awake. Awake men change their lives fast. Make this practical today. Write your non-negotiables. 2 lines each, what you expect, what you do when it is violated. Then follow it. Quietly, consistently. No speeches, just action. You will be shocked at how quickly your world reorganizes around your standards. Now recap the signals. I do not need a man. Rivalry frame. Walk unless there is respect. My ex was toxic. No accountability. Vet for growth or exit. I need a man who can handle me. Chaos disclaimer. Choose peace. You are insecure for thinking that. Shame move. Hold the line. Other men want me. Bait. Do not compete. Real men do this. Guilt lever. Drop the lever. If you do not do this, I will find someone who will. Ultimatum. Choose yourself. That is the blueprint. Simple, strong, repeatable. Final word. You do not need to convince anyone to treat you well. You need to require it. That is the entire game. Require respect. Guard your boundaries. Keep your control. Live your purpose. And when a phrase reveals a worldview that opposes your peace, you walk away. Not to prove you are strong, but to stay strong. Strength is a daily choice. Choose it. Subscribe for more hard truth and practical frameworks. Comment one standard you are enforcing this week. Share this with a brother who needs his frame back. The Alpha Code out.